Hi, my name is Steve Henderson. I'm the assistant principal here at Eldon High School. I'm glad to have a chance to talk to you about our science labs. I have kind of a unique perspective on it. I have been a student here at Eldon in the science labs. I've also been a science teacher, and now currently as an administrator I get to see the transformations of the labs. And to give you a little background on Eldon, it is a town of 5,000 people. The school is about 600 kids, a lot of rural students. We have about 60% free and reduced lunch. We've had a lot of industries come and go in the last few years due to the economy, but we are starting to see a little bit of turnaround with that. Our mission here at Eldon High School is to graduate every Mustang, every student, in 4 years with a college or career readiness, and I think this is a great opportunity for our students. As a student here in the early 90s, a lot of the labs that we did, the teachers would discuss them from the book, and we would do little hands-on labs. We never got into any great detail with any labs that we did in chemistry. And I didn't understand why, because when I went to college, I got into the lab setting and got to see a lot more, and got a lot more experience with the different equipment that goes along with the scientific field. And as I became a teacher and came back to Eldon, it started to become very obvious why we didn't do the labs. We did not have the equipment. When I was a teacher and I started doing inventory for the first time, I realized that most of the equipment was pre-1980. And for us to have our mission and fulfill it, to have kids college and career ready to go into the science fields, we have to upgrade our equipment. And we are unable to do that right now because of budgetary funds, and a lot of the things in the labs that we do, our teachers do out of their pocket. They try to piecemeal things together, and I commend them for doing it because I've been there and I've done it, but it's not fair to ask them to do that every year when we need to start looking to upgrade our labs. We have started with new benches and new cabinetry, but we just have not got the equipment. And as an administrator, I really feel that to give our kids a true perspective of what life would be like in a lab as a professional, we need to upgrade the equipment that they would use here to get the experience they need to move on in that career.
Hi, I'm Toby Eldridge. This is my co-teacher, Jacqueline ODonnell, and we want to tell you about what we believe is foundational in science. We think that science is meant to be explored, to be learned through inquiry, through lab-based settings, and our current situations are kind of hindering that from taking place in our classrooms. We're having to be primarily book-oriented and lecture-oriented. Occasionally we're able to use computers, but with changing technology problems, often we have computer problems that keep us from using that aspect in our classrooms.
One of the flaws of our current education system is that we teach students what to think, but we believe that with inquiry labs, we would allow our students to learn how to think.
Hi, this is our lab room, and as you can see, we have these nice lab tables, but all of the drawers are empty, and they haven't ever been filled. So our students have to go and look for the materials they need, and sometimes the materials are dirty or we don't even have enough. So if we got this grant, we could be able to have the students have their materials where they need them.
So another way that we're lacking is in our safety equipment. Our goggles cabinet is broken, so every time you grab a pair of goggles, you pretty much trigger an avalanche. They have to clean up every time. And also, a lot of our goggles are broken right down the middle, and some of the others, you have to actually hold on your face because the straps won't stay on anymore. And even some of them don't even stay closed anymore. They're all broken like this. So it's really hard for us to do labs that require us to wear safety goggles because holding them on your face or worrying about the cracks in them can really be a distraction and prevent us from learning.
Another major problem we'd like to fix is our water distiller and purifier machine. It no longer works and it's very old. So if we obtain this grant, it would help us buy a new one so we would be able to be self-sufficient and we would no longer have to have the teachers buy the distilled water. Beginning this semester, we were doing studies on light and absorbance. We went to our virtual labs to try to recreate the actual lab, but about 3 days in we had some technological errors and we were not able to continue. So we came to the spectrometer and we were also unable to get accurate results with this, seeing as the lid does not close all the way, and if we can't get light to stay out of it, then we can't trust our results.
Another problem we have, when we try to adjust the wavelength, it malfunctions, which makes it difficult for us to complete the lab.
Another problem we have with our spectrophotometer is it's actually so old the company can't even calibrate it anymore. It's like trying to teach a student how to do internet research in an English class with a computer that was made in 1980. The results that we get with this spectrophotometer is actually a lot of times more confusing than it is educational. As juniors in high school, preparing for college is weighing really heavily on our minds right now. And the equipment we have here in these labs is not preparing us for these further science classes that we have to take to get almost any major at any 2- or 4-year university. So getting this grant would really help us to further our education in ways that we aren't currently able to do.
On behalf of Eldon High School, I want to thank the Shell Corporation for sponsoring this grant, giving our students a chance to advance their educational opportunities in science, and we hope you take it into consideration, our students and what they've done for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢.
Thank you.
Mercy.
Gracias.
Stanka.
Thank you for helping us open the door to our future.